We got to have a little go on this. Maximum froth though. Hi, I'm Marcus Bronzy. It's time for another episode of What's in the Box. And today it's all about high-tech coffee. De'Longhi have sent me a coffee machine and we're going to be upgrading what I usually put in my little cup every single morning. So let's get the big old box, because it's a big one. Let's get inside it and let's try some coffee. Right. It's a big one. I don't even know how I'm going to get into this. How do I? There might be. I might have to. It looks like there's a box within a box within a box. So, all right, that's the first bit. It is the Maestosa. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but here is, it's a big old box, isn't it? A big old box. There you go. And it's got adaptive grinding technology, which means you're going to be putting fresh beans in the top of it. It's got a La Crema system, which I believe will obviously give you a nice crema, little foam at the top. And it also works with Bluetooth and an app. So you can order your coffee via Bluetooth. All right, cool. It's got these little locks on the outside. Actually, you know what? I probably should do this bit on the floor as well, shouldn't I? Especially because I've knocked one of these locks off already. Right. This is going to be one of those unboxings where the stuff is so big that I'm going to have to bring it onto the table as we go. Okay, here we go. All right, before we get to the coffee machine itself, we've got what has got to be some accessories. Give your coffee moment a special little start. Woo! First up, we got the mixed carafe. There, look at that. It's got the, I hope it's got a cup in it. That's the only thing I didn't think of. I hope it's got a little cup in there. It's got this, that's a spinner, I think. It helps you make a hot chocolate. And some other bits in there as well. That's an aero stirrer. That little bit there as well, apparently. But let's check those out. Okay. Now I've gone on a certain video streaming site, YouTube, and I've checked out what some of these bits do, because this machine looks like it's something that needs a tiny little bit of research before you start cracking on with making your coffees and stuff. And I think this bit here can aerate and stir milk and make a hot chocolate. So yeah, let's yeah, this bit, I think this bit here can heat up a little bit of milk. And that can stir it around, make you a nice little hot chocolate. There you go. And this aerates it as well. But I'll put this in there now for safekeeping if it'll all fit. And come back to it, because don't want to lose any bits before I crack on. Right, that's that. Here we got some instructions. This is a milk carafe. So this is just for pure milk. This is like what I think we put the milk in. And yeah, with regards to this, fill it up, crack right on. You good with everything, Ned, yeah? Sweet. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how this works right at this moment in time, but milk goes in it and milk will come out of it. This looks like the bit the coffee comes out of. It's not. There you go, crema system. A little sign to say this is where you put the milk. And there it is there. Cool. Then we've got some other bits. I don't know what that does. We've got a water filter as well. It comes with its own water filter too. Okay. So if you live in a hard water area like myself, you probably need one of those. It also has, damn, coffee bean shaped ice cube. Come on. I think that's something to do with if you're making a cold drink. We've got 2 trays of it. 2 trays of coffee bean shaped ice cubes. Don't know if I have time to do it. A cloth as well. Cleaning brushes too. And I think that is it for the accessories and stuff so far. This is how you, look at, bruv, look at that. That's the instructions for the coffee machine. It's like a book. It's a novel. Listen, that's how serious people take coffee, yeah? Listen, I'm not reading that. I think that's all of the bits. I know what this is. This helps you to, if you live in a hard water area, this eco calc stuff gets rid of like the calcium and stuff like that. There you go. So those are some of the bits. Now, this box is so big, I'm having to, I don't know if you can see, I'm having to unlock it from here to take this box apart, because I think this is such a big old beast that I don't think it's easy to pick up. Oh! That is a big old logo. This is clearly the back of it. I just wanted to say it looks really nice and chromy. Look at that. Wow. Loving that. That must be the power supply. Old school kettle lead. And it's a beast. Look at this. Oh, look, I like that. That's a little measure if you're using ground coffee, but I don't think we'll be using that. I think that must be where you put the ground coffee, but we're not messing around with that today. This is where the beans go. 2 compartments for beans. Just want to say, look at the chromeness on this, keeping this clean. Look, you can even get a bit of Ned in there. There you go, mate. What's going on? You alright, mate? But yeah. So I guess I'm trying to work out what goes where and where you do what. But I'm gonna have to consult the instructions, put it all together, and get to making some coffee. All right. See you in a bit. Ooh! Fill the tank with fresh water. Almost broke it. Almost broke it. Shh, don't tell anyone. Right, so we follow the instructions. First, we've got to pick our language, French, obviously. Okay, here we go. Fill this with water. 2 tick, not too fancy out there. Nice little house blend from Sainsbury's. What's the water circuit? It's going everywhere. That's what I want to see. Get ready to experience your new espresso. Enjoy the video. Oh, there's a video. All right. Oh, that's it. We're ready to go. So here we are. We've put it together. When I say we, yeah, me and Ned on the cam put it together, reading the instructions in the end, because basically you need to. Okay, there's some complex moving parts. I may or may not have almost broken it whilst we were putting it together by not paying attention and pressing the right button at the right time. But we got there. And here we are, loaded up with coffee, milk, beans. It's time for us to press some buttons and enjoy some coffee. First button I'm gonna press is the power button. There we go. There she is, ready. I think she's still warm, and if she isn't, then she'll do a little warm-up sequence where she'll clean out little pipes and stuff like that. But we've done all of that. So now I just need to whip out my first coffee cup. Here we go. Pop it under here. Also, it's good to know that you can adjust this length. Get it close as possible to the cup. De'Longhi do some really nice cups. They should have sent them over so we could have shown them off for you during this video. And now it's time for me to select my first coffee. So, what coffee shall we make? I think we'll start off with a basic espresso. Now, if you look just underneath the word espresso on the coffee cup, a small one, we've got a similar one here, you can actually go into the settings and make adjustments for your own profile. Now, there's numbers of profiles that you can set up here, so I can have a profile that's just for me. I can have a profile that's for my mates. I can have a profile for somebody who likes coffee that tastes and is a different vibe, has a different aroma. So here are the settings you can mess with. Quantity. I'm really gonna go for a small quantity now because I'm having a lot of coffees today. Aroma, I want maximum aroma. I want to max that aroma out. And coffee type. I presume 1 would be caffeinated and 2 could be decaffeinated. We've put our coffee beans into 2, and then you can also choose if you have a single or a double. Step 1 is grinding the beans. Come on, grind. Step 2, brewing the coffee. Step 3, well, I guess the brewing's, oh, look at that. Sweet nectar. It's not bad looking, is it? Last little drop came out. They've got a drip tray there anyway. Right, so an espresso. Espresso, okay? No espresso, all right? Espresso yourself off to another video if that's how you say it. Wow. Oh yeah. And I've had espressos before. That's like, it's got aroma, it's got flavor. And it tastes good. On to the next one. So next up we have a cappuccino, which looks like a slightly longer cup. Should we go for a longer look here? Let's get that cappuccino in there. That's all readied up. That looks good to go. Right, cappuccino time. I'm gonna go into the settings really quickly. Let's get that cappuccino cooking. Let's keep it a short one. Let's go for a maximum froth. And let's go for maximum aroma at the same time. I want a single though. Fill the left beans container or press OK to use the right beans container. So it knows that the left bean container, bean container number 1, isn't filled at the moment, which is good. If needed, fill the milk container using the refill lid. Yeah, we're good for milk. Oh, I need to put the milk. Oh no, I forgot. I almost forgot to put the milk in. Saved myself last minute. Woo! As you can see, you have a separate arm for the milk. Save myself there, baby. Save myself. That is funny. That is so funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, let's see what this looks like then. Come on. So I've got maximum froth on this. Very frothy. I'm glad that I use a slightly longer cup here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know if you're seeing this on your side. Are you seeing the separation? I mean, that's a lot of froth. Look at the oh, look at that. Oh, let's just stay on this sweet, sweet, sweet looking coffee. I think we're done. Your beverage is ready. Save your new settings. Let's save those. Look at that. There was separate. Let's make sure we get up a little bit. Nice bit of separation within the milk. And we're using oat milk as well today, a barista version. I mean, look at that. We gotta have a little go on this. Maximum froth though. What I failed to think about is how hot this is. It's quite hot. I've not burnt myself, don't worry. Now I found with a cappuccino, it's much better to just drink it instead of pouring it over your face. This too is a tasty beverage. I'm just, what I am captivated by is just, I mean, look at that color there, man. Look at the separation of color there, look at that. Is that, you want it in the light? There you go, look at that. That is lovely. See the coffee and the milk have all separated nicely. That is good. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Click to start cleaning. Oh, this is cool. So check this out. So the thing that makes coffee taste nice and fresh is having a really clean machine. You do have to, like I've used other coffee machines before that are a bit like hands-on, and you have to clean them every single time you use them. Now this machine reminds you that it needs a little rinse. Should we show an example of what it's like when you press the rinse button on it as well? Just like, so this is a clean, it's saying to me now, we can make another beverage, or would you like to clean it? Because I've made a few, presume we're done. So I'll show you what the cleaning process looks like, because I did make a little bit of a mess. And then what you want to do is get these as close, I think it is, close as possible to the holes. There's a little bit of splashback there. Maybe they should have just had slightly bigger holes or a bit of better alignment there, but, or to be fair, I think when you're cleaning, in the picture it did have a little tray, so maybe put a little tray there, but hey, you know, whatever. Anyway, now we're on to the next one, which is not a double cappuccino. We're just gonna have a long, which requires another long glass, which means we got to get rid of this. Do you want to try some? Do you want to try some?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, go on, go on. Careful, no, it's hot, you know. Is it hot?
It's still pretty hot.
It's actually quite hot, isn't it? I can't lie, right? I've just realised, if I had friends coming over to mine, and I had one of these, I'd be like, do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? Do you want coffee? Do you want cappuccino? Do you want cappuccino? Do you want cappuccino? Long, short, aroma. I'd become that guy immediately. Right, on to our next one. We're gonna go for a long. Let's go for a long. Fill the left bean. Okay, right, it's just straight long. Now a long, it's just a coffee, innit, really? So maybe I should have gone into the settings and asked for a little bit less, but it's grinding a bit, giving you a bit of coffee. Sounds like grinding a bit, or is that, no, it's a bit of water. Giving you a bit of, oh, look at that though. Oh, you can just see, oh, I love looking at it. Looks like Guinness. This long is taking a little while, isn't it? There we go. Oh, it's grinding more beans. Oh, this is going to be the one that sends me. We done? Oh, more. Okay. That looks so good though. Now, because this is a long, I'm just going to say when I'm sipping it, I'm going to be very, very careful not to burn my lips. I mean, it is a long. have a feeling it's going to be very tasty, but in the morning I do want my coffee just stat. We're done. It looks like we're done. Your beverage is ready. Save new settings. Let me save those settings. Careful of the heat. That's a good coffee, but I think what we need to do with this is a blind taste test, and we'll have to do that at the end of the video, because this is probably the beverage that goes up against what I have in the mornings. So I'll taste this, I'll agree that it's coffee, and we'll move on. So we'll pass by Doppio, because I believe that is that's like twice the amount of coffee in there. Whatever, let's try it. Let's have a go. Let's see what it is. We'll go for a small quantity, and we can check. There's a setting for temperature as well, so I don't know if you can see that there. There's a little temperature thing there. So you can. I'm going to go for low temperature after my last sip of this. Let's see what this is like. Come on, a Doppio. I don't know. I think this is twice as much coffee. Let's check our beans as well. Oh, we're running low on beans. I'm going to get some more beans while that cooks. I do like the little timer that tells you when it's done. Is this just, I think this is just a stronger coffee. Let's save our sitting. Yep, that is a stronger coffee. Do you want to have a little hit of it? Ooh, have a hit of this. Cameraman just asked if it was cooler. Yes, it was cooler, because I put it on a cooler setting. My lips are unburnt. So I think we're out of the stage of hot coffee and strong coffee. So we've got a Doppio, we've got an Americano. Now, I've decided the Americano is what we're going to do the final test with instead. I'd say we've got slightly stronger coffees here. And next up, we have coffee pot, which means you can basically, I'll show you in the settings, make a 2, 4, or 6 cups of coffee. We are not going to do that now. I'm sure you can imagine what that is, because I'm enjoying a lot of coffee right now. Now, latte macchiato is next, and we're also going to try something else. We're going to be a little bit unorthodox here. So look how I place the cups. I'm going to have to make an adjustment. These are going to cut. There might be a little bit of splashback, which isn't recommended, but we're going to go for what it's like making 2 coffees at the same time. Let's make sure that I've lined those up. Are those looking safe? I don't want to fuck this up. Those looking all right, yeah? They're looking lined up. All right, they look lined up. All right, cool. So let's go for a double macchiato. How do you like your macchiato? Should we go for? I'll go for a low quantity. Lots of froth. Yeah, an aroma. Max that. 2. There we go. Fill the beans container, or go. Yeah, I filled up the beans container. You don't worry. If needed, fill the milk container using the refill lid. We've already filled up some milk. Let's see how it works. There might be a slight difference in how they look because of the distance that this pump has got to go to this short cup, but it could also look pretty nice. Oh no, we might have gone for too much froth. Both at the same damn time. Oh, look at those cut. Oh, look at that. Look at those cut. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, get it. Oh. Come here. Oh. Beautiful. You can see more separation on the shorter cup, but the longer cup has got those big clouds of caffeine. Are we all done? Oh, I've got to bring these over to you so you can have a quick look. Let's make sure we've got these. I've got these nozzles nice and tight. at that. Let's have a look at those. Look at that. Oh, look at the clouds. Do you know what? This is highly entertaining. Look at the separation on the slightly fatter cup as well. Look at that. I couldn't do that. I could not do that. There's no way I'm doing that. Right, let's have a pull the macchiato. Careful of the heat. Although the froth tastes sweet. Are you tasting that? You're not getting a hint of sugar off the froth?
I was about to taste yours.
You want some? All right. So there you go. That's the macchiato. Now you can't see this here in the studio. Do you mind? You can't see this here in the studio, but this has actually got LED lights that light up, highlight your coffee as it's made. Look at that latte. It's probably the milkiest coffee. I'm not usually a latte man, but we shall try it today. I might have to stop it. It's going to go over the edge. Oh, look at that. That's a cafe latte. It's really good. Also hot as well. It wouldn't be right if we didn't show you the flat white, so let's get it in. Settings, I want a small bit of froth on this one. Minimum aroma, let's get cracking. And I think when it's aroma, what they're describing is probably the fineness that they grind these beans to. I'll just drink a coffee while I'm waiting for my coffee. So classic flat white, absolute classic in the game. By now I've very well established that this coffee machine can make a whole heap of different warmed coffees, hot coffees, extremely hot coffees. So after this we'll definitely try something else. Flat white. I'm not making it up. Taste that, bruv. There's notes of sweet I'm getting out of that froth.
Yeah.
Are you getting that?
I didn't get it on the other glass though.
I don't know. Maybe it's this glass and the type froth. If you froth the milk right, it's meant to taste sweet. This is sweet. Now we've established that this can make all of the hot drinks, but it's also got some other settings as well. Let's try out some cool beverages. More milk. Also, this has settings for tea, so you can get hot water for your tea. You can also make cold coffee, cold milk, and iced coffee, but we haven't got the ice for it. We need ice for this. But there's one setting that I want to try out today, and that is chocolate. To make chocolate, we need a few things, which is hot chocolate, this other part, the mixed carafe, and this stirrer as well. And I think it talks us through it. So let's select chocolate. We can choose 1 or 2. I'm gonna go for 1 because I've drunk a lot of beverages today. You can choose density. Now, if the hot chocolate that you're using has got thickener in it, this will respond accordingly and make it more or less thick. Let's go for maximum thickness and see if this has a thickener in it. First step is saying add the choco stirrer to this carafe. So I believe, push the button, right? I take out, this has got to be the bit that comes out, isn't it? It's got to be this. How do we get this out? There we go. Come on. Come on, mate. Oh, simple. Pop that in. There we go. Got the choco stirrer in. Pop that. Oh, that is the choco stirrer. Oh no, this is the ice stirrer. All right, yeah, there you go. Right, my bad. Choco stirrer it in. There we go. All right, and pop that in here. Next, pour milk or water to the desired level. We've got water in this, so can we just nick the milk out of this? Or is it warm? Oh no, it's cold. Don't do that at home, that's disgusting. We're gonna make a little mess here, but let's do it. Let's just do it. Milk to milk. That's how much hot chocolate I'm having. Let's move this other milk thing out of the way. Oh, there's a little measuring for the number of cups on the side as well. It looks like we're all having a... Oh gosh, that's too much milk. All right, you know what? It's too much. There we go, it's enough for 2 cups of chocolate. Sorry, Ned, you're gonna have to have this milk. Pour the milk in, right, I've done that. Add the chocolate powder through the funnel. Okay. Don't know why I can't add it direct in. I don't know how much it says to use. 3 heaped teaspoons, which is probably 1.5 of these. There we go, done that. Next, close the lid and press OK to start. All right, and this is where the magic happens. Hey, look at that! Churning away. That is a lot more active than I thought it was going to be. Now, it's cold milk and it is just chocolate powder, so I'm hoping it heats it up. I'm feeling a little bit of warmth there. Smashing those bits up. No one likes a chunky hot chocolate. Oh, look at the steam coming off the top there. That's definitely getting a little bit warm in there. I don't know if you can see that. Whoa, little bits of steam just... Whoa. And I think my beverage is ready. It's hot. It is hot. All right, let's, do I have to take this off to pour it, or can I pour it without taking it off? That's what I'm curious about. Let's see. I can pour it without, I think maybe I have to take this lid off, yeah. All right, let's see. That is well mixed. That is a well mixed hot chocolate. Chocolatey, and that's all you need in a hot chocolate, bro. You have to try some of this. You hot chocolate, man? I just want to see, I don't know if you can see this, but there isn't a steam coming off the top of this. Yeah. Sorry, don't know if you can see the steam coming off the top of this, but it's hot. So we've tried a few drinks, but at the start of this video, we wanted to know, can we beat my standard coffee cup of joe? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put my usual filter coffee, my little French press as they call it, against this. Let's do it. So I guess, like they say, there's a certain amount of time you're supposed to be pushing down on this plunger for, and you may notice that I did put quite a bit of coffee in this, but I like my coffee strong, and there is a strong setting on the De'Longhi machine as well, so we shall be seeing how they compare. Quite cathartic, this, isn't it? Le coffee, le French press. Here we go. So that's plunged down now. Boom. Right, let's pour it. Love that noise. And over here, you just press the coffee button. Let's get the aroma right up to the max. We're gonna go from, go from pot 2, because that's where we've got our coffee beans in. And then we're gonna have 1 coffee. I think we're good to go. So let's hands on. It's ground fresh coffee beans for me. And also, for the record, I've actually bought the exact same coffee ground for this French press here as the coffee that we're using in bean format. So it's exactly the same coffee, it should be the same flavor. We tried to make it as fair as possible. And somehow I've also managed to pour the same amount of coffee in each cup. Now you can see one has a bit of a crema in it. One's got a little bit more of a creamy vibe. I'll show you there actually as well. As you can see, one of them got a little bit more of a crema on there. So I'm gonna have to, for my blind taste test, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes closed. And to do this, our camera operator Ned is gonna swap these coffees around, and I'm gonna let you know what I think of each one and which I think is which. Man, all right. I'm touching something there. So this is one of them. I believe we can have a graphic or something which shows which is which. Oh, there's the other one. So the one I'm going to try first is this one here. I'm left-handed. Let's crack on. Okay. Smells like coffee. Quite mild, tastes quite mild, tastes quite smooth. It's a coffee, it's a good coffee, I'd say. I mean, as coffees go, it's coffee-like, it's black, it's got flavour, I like it. It's not offensive, kind of like what the coffee said on the front of it. This one here smells a bit, this one smells a little bit, how would you say, a bit stronger or a bit more edgy, shall I say? Not strong, not like strength, but kind of has an edge to it. Let's taste a little sip here. That's definitely the one out of that French pressed. And the reason is, they actually both taste quite similar in strength, but this one, or is this the same one? Wait. Yeah, this one is smoother. And this one, I could see, but after having a few coffees, like I like it, that's what I usually drink, but after having a few coffees, you've ever had that flavour at the end of the day? Because I think this is a superior coffee. But I don't know. Am I right or am I wrong? Only one way to find out. Oh, I can kind of tell which is which by looking at them. It's a better coffee. This is the one from here. You can see it's got the little crema in the top. It's just a smoother tasting coffee, you know. Do you want to try a little bit? Do you want to have a go? Mr. Loverned. The most flattering angler you. What's that one you've just had a bit of?
I don't know, it looks like the machine one.
Yeah, it is the machine one, no? Yeah, it is. You're gonna say something like you like tea, innit? Strong, innit?
It's quite strong. There's a bit of an aftertaste on that one.
Yeah. So, there you have it. There's a £3 coffee. Tastes better than a, well, I said £3, but to be fair, it's probably a bit cheaper than that. The answer is yes. And this does everything else to boot as well, including hot chocolates, cappuccinos, all those kind of things. So yeah, is it a superior coffee machine? Yes. However, it costs £3. So whilst this coffee that came from here tastes a little bit better than this, I have to be honest, I need big money if I want to be enjoying coffee like this every single day. Or my other alternative is heading down to the shops to get somebody to make a coffee for me. If you want any more information about this, head to the comments, ask away, and I'll let you know what I think of it, because De'Longhi's going to be leaving this with us for a little while, so I'm going to be having a few little cups of cocoa, little cups of coffee here and there. And make sure you follow me at Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy, on all social medias. And of course, hit subscribe on this channel as well. I'll be unboxing something very soon. Until then, we're filming this on a Friday night, so I'm going out. I'm vibesing.